And just make sure you feel completely relaxed here. So if it feels like you're straining your arms to reach, just soften the length of your arms, soften the fingers. And then just follow your breath. Noticing the expansion and the space within the body. If you need to soften underneath your head, you're welcome to have like a cushion or a pillow there just for a moment. And notice your connection with the ground. Let's take 5 more breaths here. Long, slow breath. At the end of those 5 breaths, bring a little bit of movement into your body, coming up onto all fours. Take a few rounds of cat-cow, opening the chest on the inhale, rounding the spine on the exhale. Maybe have a little wriggle round if it feels nice. Then I'm going to turn over and lay down. So for this, you're going to need a block or a foam roller or a book with a cushion on top. You're going to place the block at whatever height you wish, so you can make it lower, you can make it higher. Underneath the bony part at the top of your pelvis. So you'll know when you've got it in the right place because it's not pressing on your spine and it's not squashing your butt cheeks. Now you're going to take one leg, it doesn't matter which, towards your chest, and the other leg is going to lengthen away from you. So here, it's a stretch for the hip flexor in the leg that's lengthened. So that's where we're aiming to feel it. You may notice a little pinching sensation, maybe in the front of the hip or the bent leg. And if you do, try and slide your thigh, bent leg a little bit wider than your hips, and then they'll make it more comfortable. And to make sure you feel it right in your hip flexor and the long leg, in the place that you need it. Maybe roll the thigh in towards the center and then roll it out. And then just keep doing that until you find a place where you feel the most sensation through the hip. I'll try not to talk too much, but your hip flexor inserts in your spine and roughly level with the bottom of your rib cage, travels down in front of your big bony hip bone, and then through the pelvis touches into your femur, so your thigh bone. So you may feel it anywhere along that length. If your quads are tight, you may even notice it down the front of your quad as well. And then to get a little extra, the same arm on the side of the leg that's long can reach above the head. And that helps to lengthen the hip flexor to its fullest range. So in yin yoga, we aim to find a place where we get an intense sensation, yet we can stay here for a period of time. It means that we don't come straight to the very edge as soon as we can. We let ourselves melt into it. It's okay to close your eyes. And take 3 more breaths. Now the time to really get to the edge. Draw the knee in closer, reach out through the inner edge of the leg all the way down to the foot of the longer leg. And then take your time as you come out and switch over to the other side. And set yourself up in the same way. Let the block feel comfortable where it's pressing. If it doesn't quite feel comfortable, then it's not quite in the right place. You may already notice a difference between the two sides. It's kind of normal, because no one's equally balanced. Now that same little play around with the rolling of the thigh of the long leg. So we can settle into the place where you need the length the most. The pelvis slightly tilts, in a posterior tilt, so that means your pelvic bowl is starting to tip towards your rib cage. Arm can reach over the head. Feel the length travel up the side of the rib cage as well. Take 3 more breaths here. Finding that edge. Reaching without moving. At the end of those 3 breaths, let go of the leg you're holding, placing both feet to the floor, lifting the hips up to remove the block. And then make your way up with your legs reaching out in front of you. Now here, if your hamstrings are feeling tight, I'll tell you what we're doing first. We're going to come into caterpillar, which even if you're really bendy, can feel really tight first thing in the morning. So we're going to prop ourselves up to make ourselves comfortable. So what you can do is place blocks or your foam roller underneath your knees to give the backs of your legs a little bit of support. If you find that your chest is quite far away from your legs, you can fill the space with cushions. Or if you feel like you need a little help bending at the waist, you can create a little platform to sit on, which then helps that angle at your back to give gravity more of a chance to help you tip forwards. So again, you can then also have underneath the knees. So any which way that works for you. So it doesn't feel like it's effortful to be reaching your chest forwards. And this is a great one, just to give yourselves a little bit of time to sink into. Feeling the leg through the back of the legs, through the lower back, maybe across the whole length of your spine. Focus on your breathing here, because it can be too easy to get your mind distracted on potentially how uncomfortable you might feel or how tight your hamstrings or back may feel. So breathe deeply into the base of the belly. So you feel your belly bulging out, maybe pressing against your legs or the cushion. And as you exhale, try and let your shoulders and neck soften. Your fingers, your toes soften. If we add the feeling of moving, again without actually moving, let it feel like you're pulling your hip bones back, like you're trying to drag your heels along the floor, without actually moving. Take 3 more breaths here. Let yourself fall deeply into the edge. And as you make your way out, do so slowly. Remove any props you have around you. And you're going to lay down onto your back with your knees down. Then lift your hips up, slide them to the right side of the mat. Cross your right thigh over your left thigh, and then roll your legs down to the left side. And again, you can use props here. If you find your legs are quite far away from the floor, place a cushion or a block or something underneath, and then it just instantly makes it a lot more comfortable. Both shoulders grounded to the floor. Again, you can place a cushion under a lifted shoulder if you need to. You turn your eyes to down the length of the long arm to the right side. And change sides, unravel, uncross the leg, lift the hips, slide into the left side of the mat, cross the left thigh over the right thigh, and allow the legs to roll over to the left, the right side of them. Enjoying every sensation that you feel in your body.
Finding that complete ease throughout. And yeah, even though this is deeply relaxing, notice the energizing sensations as well. It's amazing how quickly half an hour goes, isn't it? So if you have time, when you unravel, just to lay on your back for a few moments and just observe the sensations, then go for it. If you have to rush off to work, then that's all good. And if I'm seeing you for in a moment for Pilates, feel free to stay there for the next couple of minutes. And we'll switch over. Yeah, thanks for being here, and I'll see you in a moment.